Hola, habla español? I've been told that Spanish was my first language, but I was a little baby, so I don't remember much about that. But here's some Spanish phrases worth knowing. What's up, smarty people? It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. This is What Makes You Smarter. As the fourth most spoken language in the world and the second most spoken language in the United States, Spanish is definitely one of the most ubiquitous languages. Whether you are on holiday in a Spanish-speaking country or you need to speak to someone who only speaks Spanish, it is always a good idea to learn a few phrases to make communication easier. The following are some of the most used phrases when visiting unfamiliar places. Hello, nice to meet you. A dialogue has to start somewhere, and what better way to start one than saying hello in a friendly manner, right? Spanish-speaking folks are no different, and a kind greeting is always a good way to introduce yourself. The Spanish word for hello is hola, spelled H-O-L-A, and a perfectly agreeable way to follow that would be a nice to meet you, which Spanish translates to es un placer conocerte. Es un placer conocerte. Next up, we have my name is. The second part of an introduction is presenting yourself. That is, if you're not just simply asking for directions or something along those lines. At this stage, you might want to let your new acquaintance know your name. You can do so by saying, mi nombre es, followed by your name. This is the Spanish way of saying, my name is. Mi nombre es KeysDAN. Where is this address? Another advisable thing to know if you are traveling to a Spanish-speaking region is, where is this address? Whether you have a map or not, being able to get assistance from the locals is always a good thing. If you have a map or can somehow show the address you need to get to, the correct way of saying this in Spanish is, ¿Dónde queda esta dirección? ¿Dónde queda esta dirección? If you can pronounce the address, then the way to ask is ¿Dónde queda? And complete the phrase with the address. How do you say? This phrase is a linguistic Swiss Army knife that can be used to get the correct word for absolutely anything you need. Being able to say, how do you say, in a foreign language is extremely valuable and luckily very simple. To say this in Spanish, you must say, ¿Cómo se dice? ¿Cómo se dice? Followed by the thing you need to say in Spanish. ¿Cómo se dice? Microphone. Where is the bathroom? This phrase can be of paramount importance if nature calls and you are surrounded by Spanish-speaking individuals. Knowing how to properly ask for a toilet in the local language is perhaps not your highest priority when it comes to learning local phrases, but maybe it should be, just in case. The right way to ask for a bathroom in Spanish is to say, ¿Dónde queda el baño? ¿Dónde queda el baño? Which translates to, where is the bathroom? I don't speak your language well. As a cautionary measure, if you're not fluent in Spanish, it might be a good idea to disclose this information to the person you are speaking to. By doing so, you are excusing yourself for any confusion possible. To say that you don't speak the language very well, you can try with, no hablo muy bien tu idioma. No hablo muy bien tu idioma. Or you can also say, no hablo bien en español. No hablo bien en español, which means I don't speak Spanish very well. Please and thank you. These are pretty basic things to know. Being kind can take you a long way and it's free, so why not use it, right? The correct way to say please in Spanish is por favor. Por favor. And the right way to say thank you is gracias. Gracias. I'm sorry and excuse me. Likewise, two very important things to learn are I'm sorry and excuse me. Being courteous and well-mannered is universally appreciated, and help will always be more readily available for a person who shows this kind of behavior. The right way to say I'm sorry in Spanish is perdón. Perdón. And the correct way to phrase excuse me is disculpas. Disculpas. I need help. This one can also be crucial if you require assistance and the only people who can provide it are Spanish-speaking individuals. The simple phrase, I need help, can be used for someone who needs advice choosing a wine or someone who is in serious danger. The correct way to say, I need help in Spanish is necesito ayuda. Necesito ayuda. And finally, goodbye. It was nice meeting you. For the last entry, the final words of your conversation with a Spanish-speaking person, or at least a version of these words, since there are many ways to say goodbye in any language. The phrase I'm going to use today is a polite farewell that can be used with someone you have just met, similar to saying goodbye. It was nice meeting you. And it's pronounced hasta luego. Fue un placer conocerte. Hasta luego. Fue un placer conocerte. I really have to go practice my Spanish. Necesito practicar mi español. I don't want to lose my second language. It's got me a lot of places that I probably couldn't have gotten to if I hadn't had some Spanish knowledge in my back pocket. So learn another language. There's some Spanish phrases worth knowing. Did it help you? Will it help you in the future? I don't know. Thanks for listening. Stick around for more. This has been What Makes You Smarter. It's KeysDAN, RadioWhat.com, DJLittleRock.com. Peace. I'm out of here.